Howdy friends, welcome to All About Relay channel. In this video, we will be seeing RTMS Overview Part 3. In the last two videos, we were seeing about the home screen, gear icon, and some other icons and select new test options. These features we have seen in last two videos. In today's video, we continue seeing about the system configuration feature to set up your test. We've seen a hardware page. We will continue seeing the system page. The system page normally used to set up your software parameters. The system page, there are five options available: primary settings, phase angles, general settings, licensing, autosave, header. We will start from the header. The header option allow, especially for the test kit companies or any utility companies, they want to choose their own header for the test report. They can use it as asset owner or service company. Autosave, there is another feature. It is available with the software. If you want to autosave the your test activities or your uh, parameter setting changes or your testing activities, you can set the value here. If I set one, every 1 minute the software will automatically save the parameters or save the values in the file. The licensing, mega licensing, there is a separate application guide is available, but still I can show how this works. uh, the user can order the digital licenses for like mega goose configurator software, sample valley analyze software, mdsc software. That's a new iec 61850 tool with the mega instrument, and digital twin software. Digital twin is another feature. Megger, it came up with the Siemens very first time in the industry. So that feature is also available. So user order the digital licenses, they can online register it. Just user need to enter the license, and here register option is available. Once registration is done, you will get the release option. Then you can close it. There is application guide available in the RTMS template manager tool. We will talk in one of the video how to use RTMS template manager tool. Let's go to the general settings page. The file label tabs, it helps you to set your test screen, like which parameter which phase rotation type you want to use. In North American market, normally ABC is a normal phase rotation. Some of the IEEE or IEC industries, like it may be L123 or RYB or UVW. It's based on your regions. You can pick your phase rotation type or labeling, then you can go for it. I keep ABC here in the North American market. The voltage, the next one is voltage character. If you want to change the voltage character, it's similar to the fall label. Some regions, especially example Germany, they follow with U instead of V. So it depends on your IEEE or IEC market. You can pick the voltage labels. The symmetrical component mode, what it is? Symmetrical component, if it is enabled, you go to the home screen. This particular screen, it will display what is the equivalent symmetrical component value here. Even you can click on that button, you can enter the values, like I want zero sequence 1 volt or like 10 voltage, and the positive sequence 69 voltage. The phase angle for zero sequence is 0 degree, then it's 0 degree. If I go back to the test screen, based on your setting, it automatically enter the values here. This is a pretty handy tool for like quick testing your positive sequence or zero sequence or negative sequence uh, injection to the relay. I go back to the system configuration and system page. The another option is color options. The color option, you want to set your voltage and current angles, current indications in the test screen, which color you want to select, like voltage trace or current trace. So trace is nothing but like you have the curve, the test is running, then how your color, the trace color should be shown. That's the color. And also like moving trace color is red here. Characteristics color you can choose, it's yellow by default. min max, the setting color is L, red here. You can choose that. The background color of the charts, it's a black selected here. Label colors and grid colors, this all user definable. And once you select the colors, and you can also save as a default based on your requirement. I select no here, no here, and it will get saved. So every single time you launch the software in your PC, it opens with your default settings. This is the RTMS header by default, or pro header. A pro header is nothing but the users want to see their own customized test report, then they can use the pro header, or use the RTMS default header in the test report. This header, it is nothing but in the test screen, like a view report. This is the test result. This is the RTMS header by default. This one, you can select either pro header or RTMS header using that button. Go back to the home screen. Select the system configuration icon, select the system page. Let's continue here. The contact names. In the test screens, any test screens or home screen, you have the contact. That is nothing but binary input selected for stopping the trip. When you are injecting, example, pre-fault fault test you want to run, you want to stop the injection based on the relay tripping, which is feedback given back to the relay test set. That's given into the binary input of the test set. That's name you can define using this one. Contact names, either you want to choose for the specific test, or it's a global. So normally it is test specific. That means you can define your test names for a binary input contact names for each test differently. It's up to user. Say example, if you have running 5051 test, then you can select like test name as a 51 trip or 50 trip. If you are using that contact for impedance tripping, like you can select as a 21 trip. But if you select a global here, then this is the name. It's you, example, you sometime user may use the trip as a common name for every tripping, because all the trip logic is combined on the trip conduct. Then you can use this option like trip, so as a global name. Then update, another option is update translation. Update translation option provide user can s- click on this one, and you select the translations if you're connected with the internet automatically. The default as pound as let. This feature is when user runs some test and just not complete the test. Next day they want to continue, just save the file, and next day come and open the file. Then this particular option allow user to open the old test file and start continue from the previous one. The standard ANSI IEC selection. The ANSI IEC selection allow user to customize their parameter like amps or kiloamps or kind of degree. The metrics related to IEC and ANSI throughout the test screen are changed based on this selection. Here I say default ANSI, but some user maybe select IEC. The multi instances option, this mainly this mainly provided for allowing the differential test screen to create or use multiple instances. As of now, differential screen can duplicate up to 8 times, 8 instances you can create. If the multi instances screen is selected, so differential can be select 8. That means like one relay might have like a three differential. Say example, generator over a differential relay. So it may have like generator differential, unit auxiliary transformer differential, or generator overall differential, three differential elements. So you can use enable the multi instance, then you can create three differential test. Then you can use this option. TCC curve import, this is nothing but if the user have the customized curve created, they can directly use this option, select the dot curve type and import it. And this, it will automatically go plug into the overcurrent screen. Then user can keep selecting those. So this we will be seeing when we are doing the time overcurrent screen. We will see how to import the your customized curve and run the test. This is the script. The another icon is script import export, disabled or enabled. This is nothing but the templates, RTMS templates created with the scripting. The template is nothing but it's a predefined test module. Users simply import the setting file in the form of either reading from the relay, or use import export icons and import it. and save the parameter, and it automatically map it to their test screens actually. So that option is there in that's a templates. So the script import export, when it is enabled, the user can export the entire templates script as notepad file or text file. They can modify whatever they want and they can re-import it. To import export, this particular feature user need to enable. This is the very handy tool for developers mostly. RTMS SEL terminal. This is the another key important feature available in the RTMS software. When the user enable the RTMS SEL terminal, it allow user to connect like SEL icon here. This will allow, it is like a accelerator terminal window. So it will communicate, this window allow user to communicate with the test set and able to read or write the values. We will see in detail when we are continuing to the when continue to the relay testing option. Go back to the configuration screen in the system page. Let's continue the other two options, primary settings. And in the primary setting option, we have three selections: CTPT ratios, face-to-face voltage enable, low-level outputs. These two are very, very important for any test setup. CTPT ratios, like it help user to run the test in the secondary mode or in the primary mode. Low-level outputs, it's crucial to use for use to test the Rogowski relays by appropriate setting here. So let's start with the CTPT ratio. CTPT ratios, it allow user to set like primary values. So like here you enable primary current, primary voltage, example 1000 amps and like 220 kV, 220,000. You can change to voltage into kilovoltage also. The secondary values I can set 120 here, and based on the face-to-face line voltage, it face-to-face or line-to-line voltage here, face to neutral or line to neutral voltage is calculated, and secondary current you can inject. The ANSI or IEC button allow user to select between the ANSI and IEC mode. So if I click OK here, also there is option you can set the current the user want to view in the amps or kiloamps. Select this OK and go back to the uh, setting screen or home test screen. Like you can see here, the values appear in kiloamps and kilovoltage. So I can set like one means here it's 1000 amps, 1 kiloamps. If it's like 164 126.5 is the kilovoltage, it's a phase to neutral voltage, it's pretty close to 220 voltage line to line. So it's a crucial for a user to understand that specific setting. It helps user to run the setting in the primary or secondary. Also user can change here amps or kilovolt, amps or voltage, or voltage to kilovoltage or amps to kiloamps. And let's go back to the setting screen again. In the system page, CTPT ratio, I'm going to disable it, and it will only show the amps or kiloamps amps or voltage values. Let's see low level output what it is. Low level outputs mainly used for uh, setting the Rogowski test setup. If your test set doesn't have the Rogowski feature, or your hardware doesn't have the revision 4 version, you don't see this particular option. Like low level output button is disabled. So you need to have that feature enabled before you even see this. uh, if you want to test the Rogowski, it's not like Rogowski sensors or voltage output. It's basically it's a shunt resistor circuit. It delivers the voltage outputs based on the current input. It's not like a current to current. It's a current to voltage output. Say example, the Rogowski output is normally in the 2 voltage range. The SMRT hardware have a ability to deliver 2 voltage, 10 voltage, 40 voltage in 3 ranges. So if you want to select one range, 2 voltage, and balance it to allow user to, it will automatically select all the three current output to the voltage 2 voltage range. In ideally default Rogowski sensors are 80 to 150 millivoltage. It's normal. Even you can able to see a lot of other sensor rating, but 80 to 150 is it's a very predominantly common. 150 millivoltage, based on the 150 millivoltage value, you can able to deliver up to 13.3 3 amps. That is like 2000 divided by 150 is 13.33 amps. That's how this is calculated. And also the voltage channel you can also set to the low voltage. It does have a two option, 2 voltage and 30 voltage. Set the 2 voltage range and balance it. You can able to select the 2 voltage range here. And the base voltage is like it's a nominal voltage, equal to nominal voltage. Normally the voltage sensors are set at division ratio. It may be 10,000. That means like it is able to deliver 20,000 voltage. You can see for the 2 voltage range. And the system frequency shown here, what is the frequency value here? 60 hertz. In this case it's 60 hertz. If it is a 50 hertz, we saw the 50 hertz. It's very important to have the frequency correctly, because the Rogowski is like it's a millivoltage per hertz. So that's a rate defined in the relay. So the frequency plays crucial role on calculating these parameters. Set to base values, it's like equal to selecting the nominal value, right? In case of ctpt we select 1 amps ct ratio secondary as a nominal. Sometime it's 120 voltage as a nominal. It's similar to that. You want to select 150 millivoltage as your nominal secondary Rogowski output, and the division ratio is 10,000 as a nominal, so you can select set to base values. Once you set this one, you can select the phase angle mode also. Phase mode is Rogowski 90-degree phase shift is nothing but the output coming from the current channels as a voltage. It is 90-degree phase shifted because of the Rogowski in nature. There is other options available. Low power ct, some of the cts it's a straight output like 0 degree, no phase shift. Then we need to indicate there is no phase shift. You can use this option. Maybe some of the Siemens relays does. And custom angle, sometime you some of the relays have a option of like 180-degree phase shift option available. So then user can select the custom angle, like say they can select 180-degree, or go back to the Rogowski 90-degree phase shift. It's normally you can notice in the ABB relays REF615 or any Rogowski type, or X640 with the Rogowski inputs, or RET615 with the Rogowski inputs. So once you set the values, then you click OK, and click OK in this page and go to the home screen. You can see the Rogowski mode is enabled with displaying the Rogowski button. And also these values are all in primary. Please remember, the Rogowski value shown here is all in primary because the outputs are in the voltage. It's not in the current, but it is converted into the voltage when user set the current value. Let's go back to the system configuration screen and system page. I will go disable the Rogowski, set the normal mode, select the voltage also set to the normal mode, click OK, and go back to the home screen. If you notice, then the Rogowski icons are disappeared and it's in the normal mode now. Let me go to the system configuration page again. The face to the third option here in the primary setting is face to face. This is only for viewing purpose in the home screen. Some of the application user want to see the vector diagram of the face-to-face voltage, then they can enable this one face-to-face. Then click OK here. On the setting screen you can see the face-to-face values of this face to neutral selection is shown here. The 1.15 is the face to neutral value, and the 2 voltage is the face-to-face, and also it automatically calculate the face-to-face angle by 30-degree. That's absolutely right. So go back to the configuration screen and disable the face-to-face voltage and go to the home screen, and you can see that is disabled. The voltage and current, the values are in a black color. The chart is in black color. If you remember, in the beginning of the video we seen like setting the color option. Here the voltage I can set like red. I can set all in all 6 channels voltage in red color, and the current trace in yellow. Then if I go back, then the values, the chart will show in the appropriate color. If I enable, you can see like this is like let me change the phase angle, then we can see here. So you can see the voltage and color, current channels, the colors it's shown here. Go back to the system configuration page and let's view the last one, but very important one. The phase angle selection is very, very important for any relay engineer or any relay to interpret correctly. We have the two option in the clockwise rotation and counterclockwise rotation. We know that the generator rotation is counterclockwise, then the power generation or phase angle generation is due to the counterclockwise rotation. So we always select the reference to the counterclockwise rotation. But if you want to reverse or create the negative sequence rotation, then you can select the clockwise rotation also. Please remember, if you want need any clarification, one of the video I put like ABC phase sequence generation or phase sequence detail, there is a video. I may put it in the description page, you can view if you like to see. But that's how there is a videos to explain. And also like this is another option to select the orientation. Normally three orientations are there: 0 to 360-degree lags, 0 to 360-degree lead, plus or minus 180-degree. What it means, the lag mode, we display the user interpretation like 0, 120, 240, nothing else. It's a user view is 0, 120, 240. And the lead mode we display 0, 240, 120. And plus or minus 180-degree mode, we display the phase angle as 0, minus 120, plus 120. Let's see how it shows. If I select 0 to 360-degree lag, then go to the home screen, you can notice all the values are changed to the lag mode 0, 120, 240. If I go back here in the system page and select its lead mode, then I go back to the test screen. So it also changed the 0, 240, 120. Here also it changed BNC phase 270, 150. Now I go to the setting page and the plus or minus 180-degree mode I select here, it automatically changed to plus or minus 180-degree mode. So this is for understanding about the relay for the users. Some relays read any positive sequence as 0, minus 120, plus 120, like most of the SCL relays. So it's highly recommended user set plus or minus 180-degree mode, then user don't get any confusion between the what is injected and what relay reads actually. It's the same thing for 0, 240, 120 or 0, 120, 240 mode. It's recommended to keep the orientation setting to match the relay reading. Also, there is a one more option here, ABC or ACB or CBA. It's a very specific selection. Like ABC, we know the normal positive sequence. ACB, it's a negative sequence, and CBA is also negative sequence. Or this is a, if you see like CBA is like a transposition. Some of the utilities in the North American market or some of the utilities in the Asian market use the transpositioning methodology to test relays, or even connections are like that. So they configure the relay in CBA mode, even injections also in the CBA mode. To support that, we have included the CBA mode. It's maybe 5% of power system user utilize this option. So you no need to worry if you are not using, but we always default the ABC. Click OK, then you exit the home screen. So the last three videos we have seen uh, most important test setup for RTMS software, how to use the system configuration page or the tools icons, what it does, how user can utilize it. In the upcoming videos we will start seeing about how what is the real purpose of relay library and what is the run a predefined test icons. Please remember, this videos looks longer, but the ultimate goal is any user new to the RTMS without going any kind of specialized or paid training. Just we want to give the user heads up using this video, just learn everything. It's pretty straightforward informations. Any comments on this one, please share in the comment section. Thank you.